What do lobsters and your confidence have in common? Sounds a bit strange, right? Well, you're about to find out right here on Learn with Prit. Today, we're doing a deep dive into Jordan Peterson's very first rule from 12 Rules for Life. It's stand up straight with your shoulders back. And this isn't just your grandma telling you to sit properly. It seems to be rooted in some pretty deep science and philosophy, stuff that could genuinely change how you feel and how others see you.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Peterson kicks it off with lobsters, believe it or not. He points out these creatures, they've been around for, what, 350 million years, and their social behavior, especially around dominance, how they react to winning or losing a fight, it's surprisingly, well, familiar.
It's familiar how? Like, what happens to a lobster?
Well, get this.
Yeah.
When a lobster loses, its posture literally changes. It sort of slumps. And crucially, its brain chemistry shifts. Serotonin levels drop. It becomes less likely to fight again. It physically embodies defeat.
Wow. Okay. So its body isn't just showing defeat, it's actually like chemically reinforcing it. How does that parallel work in humans? What's happening inside us when we, slouch or stand tall?
That's exactly the connection Peterson makes.
Hmm.
When we slouch, hunch over, our brain gets this unconscious signal, a signal of maybe low status or defeat. And this can actually dial down neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, the ones linked to feeling good, feeling confident.
Hmm.
But conversely, when you consciously stand tall, shoulders back, it sends the opposite signal, not just to others, but crucially back to your own brain. It says, I'm present, I'm capable, I'm ready. So your posture isn't just reflecting your mood, it's actively influencing it.
Right. This sounds like that feedback loop idea you mentioned earlier. Can you unpack that a bit? Peterson's feedback loop of dominance, how does that actually work day to day?
Absolutely. So the idea is if your body language signals weakness, maybe you're slumped, avoiding eye contact,
Hmm.
others tend to pick up on that unconsciously or not. They might treat you with a bit less respect, maybe overlook you for opportunities.
And that would make you feel even worse, right?
Exactly. It reinforces the feeling of being low status or incapable, which might make you slump even more. It's a cycle. But the flip side is also true. If you carry yourself with confidence, stand straight, people tend to respond more positively. Opportunities might open up, you get better feedback, which then genuinely boosts your confidence. It feeds itself in a positive way. It's less about faking it and more about tapping into your own physiological wiring.
That makes a lot of sense. I know there's been research, some controversial maybe, on power poses like the Wonder Woman stance. Does that fit in here? Are there downsides or situations where trying to consciously adopt a powerful stance might feel forced or backfire?
That's a good point. The research on short-term power posing has had mixed results in replication, but the underlying principle holds weight. Some early studies suggested just 2 minutes in a high power pose could increase testosterone associated with assertiveness by about 20% and decrease cortisol, the stress hormone. While maybe not a magic bullet, the core idea aligns. Your body influences your mind. But Peterson's point is perhaps less about a quick pose and more about integrating this posture into how you are. It's about embodying readiness. Your posture really is like your first impression, signaling self-perception.
Okay, so it's more than just a quick biological hack. You mentioned Peterson takes this further philosophically. He connects standing straight to, well, to the difficulty of life itself.
He does. He frames life as inherently containing suffering, chaos, and challenges. That's just the nature of existence, according to him. And faced with that, you have a choice. You can metaphorically slump under the weight of it all. Or you can choose to stand up straight, shoulders back, and consciously decide to face that difficulty. To, as he puts it, accept the burden of being.
So standing straight becomes almost an act of defiance, a way of facing reality.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah.
An act of quiet rebellion, perhaps. It's a nonverbal way of saying, life is tough, but I'm choosing to meet it head on. It's a declaration to yourself and implicitly to the world that you're willing to engage, take responsibility, despite the inherent difficulties.
Yeah.
And that stance, that willingness, can change how you perceive challenges and how you're perceived.
Right. So for someone listening, how can they actually, apply this? What are the practical steps?
Well, the first step is simply awareness. Notice your posture throughout the day. Maybe set reminders. Think about ergonomics if you sit a lot. Simple physical adjustments.
And the power pose idea, maybe before something stressful.
Sure, try a confident stance for a minute or two before a meeting or interview. It certainly can't hurt and might give you a small psychological edge. Peterson also brings up things like dressing well, his tie analogy. Not just for looks, but as a signal to yourself and others that you take the situation and yourself seriously, like putting on armor.
Small changes adding up.
Exactly. These aren't huge, dramatic shifts necessarily, but small, consistent acts of standing tall, physically and metaphorically. They can create significant ripples.
So it really drills down to posture being way more than just looking presentable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This deep dive shows it's framed as far more than vanity. It's presented as a fundamental strategy, almost a form of warfare, Peterson might say, against the chaos and challenges inherent in life. A choice for strength.
So next time you catch yourself slouching, maybe remember, you're not just a lobster reacting to stimuli. You're a human with agency. You have the power to influence your state. Stand up straight, maybe not because it feels easy in the moment, but because, well, the world tends to push you down enough as it is. Choose to push back, even just with your posture. For more insights like this, exploring complex ideas,